very warm welcome to Xavier Literary Fest, Samvad 2026. We're delighted to have such bright young minds from various schools with us today. My name is Aditi Singh from Bihar Chapter, and it is my privilege to be your host for today. Before we begin, a few quick announcements. Kindly keep your mobile phones on silent mode, and photography is not permitted during the session. We appreciate your cooperation. Now, I invite you all to sit back and enjoy a short promotional video about our university, its vision, courses, and vibrant campus life. I hope it inspires you to see yourself in the near future, just like I once did. Please enjoy the video.
पटना से बच्चों टीपीएससी बिहार पुलिस की पूछताछ है। यहाँ तो गूंगे भी बोलने लगते हैं और चमत्कार के बाद सफेद भी जुबान। मुझे कि महतो गैंग का खेल अब खत्म होने वाला।
सर क्या बता पाएंगे कि ये चंदन महतो को पुलिस कब तक गिरफ्तार कर पाएगी?
हेडलाइन दे देती थी। इंडिपेंडेंस डे 15 अगस्त से पहले हम शेखपुरा को चंदन महतो से आजादी दिलवा देंगे। 15 अगस्त से पहले।
I hope you enjoyed that gripping glimpse from Khakee, a story inspired by courage and dedication of a real-life super cop. And now, the most awaited moment is here. The real hero inspired us, but it's time to meet the real hero behind the story. It's my absolute privilege to welcome the man whose life, courage, and relentless service made this series a super hit. Please put your hands together for Mr. Amit Lodha. Welcome, sir. Mr. Amit Lodha, born and brought up in Rajasthan, is an alumnus of St. Xavier's Jaipur and a graduate of IIT Delhi. A distinguished IPS officer, he has been honored with prestigious awards, including the President's Medal and the Vishisht Seva Medal for his meritorious service. He is also a celebrated author of bestsellers like Bihar Diaries and Life in the Uniform, which inspired the acclaimed series Khakee, with many more stories yet to come. Sir, we're truly privileged to have you with us today. Your journey and presence are sure to inspire each one of us. Now, we request Sister Grace, Assistant Professor, Department of English, to kindly felicitate our chief guest with a shawl and memento. Now I request Ankita Singh from BBA IP3 to kindly accompany our chief guest, Mr. Amit Lodha, on the stage to take the program forward.
Thank you so much, Aditi, for such grateful start of the evening. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Ankita.
It is really an immensely a pleasure for me to sit beside you. So when I saw you, the first question that came into my mind was the life in uniform. What does the life in uniform demand from you as a person, apart from authority or a badge?
First of all, thank you to St. Xavier's College for inviting me to interact with so many youngsters here. I really love to meet young people, the future of the country, rather the present of the country. And it's so heartening to see so many students coming here. And I'm sure that they will go back home with a lot of motivation and inspiration, and they'll be better citizens of the country. And when I was a young student like you, I was very shy and very timid. I often speak about my experiences. When I was in IIT, I could not utter a word in front of people. I was never like Ankita and others who were sitting here. And a few of my relatives were in the civil services. My Nana was an IAS officer, so I always looked upon him that I must also become a bureaucrat like him. But since I was so shy and timid, I thought maybe I should become an IPS officer, so that once I put on the uniform, people will take me more seriously and my personality might change. And once I got selected for the IPS, I was delighted, I was so happy, and I thought, with the change in my the personality will change once I put on a uniform. But on the very first day I realized that once you put on a uniform, you have a very different feeling. It's a surreal feeling which is very difficult to describe. And everyone, looks at you, whether he's a youngster or he's an old person, he will always look upon you. You are a role model for people. The moment you step out, the way you conduct yourself, the way you talk, how fit you are, so many things go along with the uniform. And then I realized very soon that with great power comes great responsibility. So as an IPS officer, I feel privileged to put on this uniform every day of my life. And I feel so privileged, so humble that my one small decision can actually bring about a very positive change in so many people's lives. So this is it, I love wearing the uniform.
Thank you so much. So the next question from my side is from technocrat to bureaucrat and now the best-selling author. So how these transformations take place in your life and how does it impact you?
I was never a technocrat and I'm so sorry. A lot of faculty members and teachers here might feel that I'm not being the right model for the youngsters here. Because when I went to IIT, I realized on the very first day that I'd come to the wrong place. First of all, I was ranked very, very badly in IIT. And after our graduation, ragging was totally banned in IIT. But during our times, we were ranked very, very badly. And I did not have a very good experience. And the second part was that in IIT, I had geniuses all around me. I was always a good student, very good in physics, maths, and other subjects. But I was not a genius. In IIT, I saw that people were actually talking about so many abstract things, solving the equations in thin air. And I had no interest in engineering. I was good in physics and maths, but I had no interest in engineering. So my performance in IIT was miserable, it was terrible. So I'm not a technocrat, but yes, having graduated from IIT gave me a lot of confidence and always knew that I was quite intelligent, that is one thing. And once I joined the service, I always had this confidence in myself that criminals are the zyada hoshiar ho. So if he does something, I'll try to find out some loophole in his planning, some technical issue which will help me trace him out. So that helped me a lot. And about the books, I was always good with writing, but I had no interest or passion about writing. So a lot of things are certain, they are destined to happen. When I was in IIT, I was writing my memoirs in a diary. All the experiences, ragging, depression because of poor grades, friendship, so many things. And I just wrote those memoirs and thought that I will publish it someday. But then I got through the IPS, forgot about it. And my friend, my batchmate from IIT, Chetan Bhagat, wrote a similar book called 5 Point Samvad. And the rest is history. So I was very disappointed with myself that I missed an opportunity, and I got very jealous also of Chetan that he had written a bestseller. And years later, again, as it would happen, when you desire something very strongly, the universe conspires to help you. Certain people approached me that why don't you write your experiences as an IPS officer. So just for the heck of it, I wrote my experiences as an IPS officer in Bihar, called Bihar Diaries. I never imagined it would become such a huge success and people, particularly youngsters, would love it so much. And then it would be adapted into a web series, which has been equally well received. So a lot of things happened, and the first book became a huge hit. Then I used to get so many emails, messages from all over the country to write more about my experiences. Being a serving police officer, it was very difficult for me to actually pen down my experiences. Nevertheless, I wrote Life in the Uniform, and it became a big hit with UPSC aspirants in particular. And the third book, I had no interest, no idea. I had decided I will not write another book. But during COVID, an idea struck upon me that I've written 2 books about an ideal police officer. A book I should write about a police officer who has got shades of grey. So Police Affairs is a book about, it's a pure fictional book, and it's about an IPS officer who's seemingly perfect for the public, but who has a lot of grey shades in his life. So it's a very interesting read, and I'm hopeful that this is also going to do very well, and maybe it will be adapted into series soon.
Anybody of you to ask questions if you have any?
Shall I start?
Yeah, please.
Good morning, sir. My name is Xavier University and I am from Lodha High School, situated in Kochi. Do you ever feel, while dealing with criminals, do you ever feel a sense of morality? Do you ever feel that those particular criminals might have a life outside of bars? Do you ever feel that they should be reformed rather than they should be punished?
Very, very little, I'll be very honest. Because I'm a professional, my job is to ensure that somebody who has committed a crime must pay for it. But yes, at the same time, I've ensured that no innocent is lost. More than sending criminals to jail, I feel very privileged, very proud that I've ensured during my time as an SP or as a senior officer that no innocent has been lost. That is more important for me. Reforms, and I did think about it for a few days when I was young. But then I realized that number one, it's not my job. Number two, it's not easy, it requires a lot of time, and a lot of times people say that circumstances made somebody criminal. All of us go through our own trials and tribulations in life, difficult times, but that doesn't mean that they become criminals. So it is a choice that they made, so they have to pay for it. Very simple. It's very rare that, like they show in the movie that somebody has been wronged, that he takes up the arms or he fights against injustice. But in reality, most of the criminals I encountered, they were criminals by choice. As simple as that. So as a professional, as an IPS officer, it was my job to ensure that they remain behind bars and the people who were victims actually got justice.
So could I ask one more question? So if in the UPSC, as everybody knows, you are posted to different parts of the country, be it rural parts or the urban parts. So if you do not know about rural structure, do you think there are any sources that one can learn about them?
See, it's nothing. I studied in Samvad, Jaipur, and apart from being in Jaipur, I lived abroad during the initial parts of my life, early life. Then I went to IIT Delhi, and then I came to Bihar and worked in rural areas. So I was a highly urbane person, you can say a cosmopolitan person, but I worked in Bihar very easily because ultimately what is required is your intent. Whether you belong to the rural background, urban background, it doesn't make much of a difference. If your intent is clear, you want to serve the society and you want to actually work as a civil servant, we are all civil servants. Indian police service, the service code is very much ingrained in our service, in our name, IPS, in our title. But if you do not want to serve the society, I know it sounds very cliche, but there are a lot of officers who actually want to bring about a change, want to work for the society. So it's not very difficult to gauge the local, language, the cultures, the rural backgrounds. It's very easy. You have to understand the pain for the people. You have to empathize with them. That is it, nothing else.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. I am Samvad from Noida High School as well. Criminals se to zyada hi hoshiar ho. Picking up on that, and also that we know that you are a graduate from IIT Delhi. We also know about the fact that when you were in your investigation process and in your daily life as well, how did you think of that, incorporating that technological aspect, and how did you got that self-belief that I can maybe use my prior knowledge or something related to that in your daily life cases? How did you come up with the first initial thought that we come up with, and how did it land? So my question is in that.
See, any educated person, whether you're an IT graduate or otherwise, and today there are so many people who are not engineers, but still they have got wonderful knowledge about technology, AI, so many things. So it keeps evolving. During my time, early 2000s, late 90s, technology was in a very nascent stage in India also. But as an intelligent person, as somebody who is educated, who uses his grey cells, you can always think of certain ways to find a criminal. And it cannot necessarily be technology. So I use a lot of things Samvad that way according to Chanakya. But yes, when I was trying to arrest this particular criminal, I realized that he was very deeply ensconced in the system. He had a lot of sympathizers, and the moment the police used to go out for a raid, he used to get information. So I just thought that conventional policing will not be effective in nabbing this person. And the mobile phones were just the in thing during that time. So I knew that he'll be using a lot of mobile phones. He'll be communicating with his group members, his gang members, his relatives. But he was also equally smart. He switched off his phones after a few days because he realized that somehow he did not know that I was tapping his phone calls, but he knew that I was doing something with mobile phones. So, but then you have to keep thinking further. So nowadays, in today's world, WhatsApp, so many things are happening on Instagram, but the police are also equally abreast of the latest technologies. So we keep evolving. You will also keep thinking, So it's not very difficult. How did it come to my mind? It's not necessary because I was an IT graduate. Of course, it gave me a lot of confidence, but even otherwise, if you keep thinking, you'll find out some solution. All the solution lie in the problem itself. Go ahead.
So firstly, I'm so grateful that I can see you in front of me, and I just want to know that have you ever been in any situation where you have felt that there is so much thrill in my life, and have this post ever made any problem in your life, or have you felt any problem that may have made you danger, or even your family?
So it is definitely very thrilling profession, but it is not for everybody. In many movies they show you characters like Singhams and Dabans. So it's not like that, not that exciting that, I go alone and beat 10 people single-handedly. It's not like that. But it's so thrilling because you can bring about so much of change in the society. Whether you control the traffic in an area, whether you arrest a criminal who has been extorting money from the local businessman. And the biggest thrill is, rather I would say the best feeling, not the thrill, is that when he unites somebody with his or her family. There have been so many instances when children were kidnapped in the early 2000s in Bihar, in Patna, students from DPS schools, so many schools they were kidnapped, and their parents used to be so worried, crestfallen that their children are missing. And whenever it is to unite those parents with their children after a successful recovery, after an operation, the feeling cannot be described. The blessings I used to get from the parents, it was wonderful. And so many of them have got married. The children who have grown up now, they still are in touch with me. They invite me to their marriages and other events. So it's a very wonderful feeling. So that is the thrilling part of it, if you say so. And apart from you're asking about physical danger, see, I signed up for the service, nobody forced me. So it's a professional hazard. There are many times that your life is at stake, but then you are well trained to face, mobs, Naxalites, criminals, so many things can happen as a police officer. So you don't have to keep thinking about professional hazards. And have I been in trouble? I've been lucky till now, no troubles as such, but then life has so many, throws so many curveballs at you. So many times, and even last 4 years have been very difficult for me. Sometimes things happen, and I'm a very strong person. I'm mentally very strong, spiritually also I'm deeply spiritual. So whatever has to happen will happen, but I have to chin up and face my problems every day. All of us face problems. You will also face problems as you grow bigger. A lot of you must be having some difficulties right now also. So this is life. So when I was young, I used to always compare myself with other people. People are so lucky. Some people do not have any problem. But when I became a little more mature in my early 20s, I realized that a lot of miseries will come your way in life, but one has to be strong and face it up every day. So that is the best part, you take up a challenge, life will throw difficult situations at you, but always face it up with great equanimity, resilience, mental strength. And you have to face your own battles. Nobody else will fight your battles for you. Nobody, nor your parents, nor your friends. Only you can face your battles. And I think if you believe in yourself, it sounds very cliche. I always tell people everywhere I go that believe in yourself. There's nothing else, no formula in life. So as a police officer, as a student, yourself, you just believe in yourself. That's it, nothing else.
One girl, yeah, please.
There was a girl.
Sir, I'm Apradika from Samvad High School. Sir, I'm very much pleased to come here and to listen to your motivational speech. Sir, my question is that what should I call you? An IITian or a writer or IPS officer? Sir, you were an IITian and then you became IPS officer. So were you pre-planned for this, that you will become first an IITian
So when I went to class 11 after class 10, I saw that everybody was studying physics, wrestling, holiday, maths, so many books. And I asked them, what are you studying for? They all said, I'm preparing for JEE. So I thought that I'm better than all these students. If they're preparing for JEE, I can also crack it. So I appeared for the IIT JEE, got through it, and then I went to IIT. And as I said earlier, I realized on the very first day that I had come to the wrong place. I had no interest in engineering. So I'm a graduate from IIT Delhi, but I'll be honest, I'm not an engineer. I have no idea of engineering. Author, it was purely by chance, and I'm glad that my books have been loved so much. But yes, IPS is who I am. I love putting on this uniform. This is my identity. That's it.
Then why didn't you do to become an IPS officer first? Why did you go to become an IIT or an engineering field?
You mean to say I wasted a seat in IIT? See, I had to graduate from somewhere. So during our times, the choices were very limited. Either you go, become a medical graduate and an engineering graduate, or you do art from the Delhi University, something like that. So for me, IIT was the best option. That's it. I just went to IIT without thinking anything. But as I said earlier, I made a wrong choice. So when somebody like you, a youngster, is at a crossroads, wanting to decide for the future, I would just exhort all of you to actually follow your passions, whatever you like. And in today's world, all of you are so lucky that there are so many options. And the parents are also very supportive. My parents were very supportive. They never forced me to go to IIT. It was my personal decision. But today I see so many youngsters, not today, but a few years back when I used to read about students committing suicide in Kota. This news used to appall me. How can somebody who's as young as 15 years old commit suicide? Why? Because he or she is under immense pressure from the society, from his or her parents that, I need to clear the IIT JEE. But I would exhort all of you to please follow your passions, your dreams. It's your life. Do not live somebody else's life. Live your own life. So I made a mistake by going to IIT. I do not regret it because, the stamp really puts me on a different pedestal. And of course, as I said earlier, being an IIT graduate gives me a lot of confidence. But if today I were given the same choice, maybe I won't have gone to IIT because my children, both of them were brilliant, they were better than me in physics and maths. Both of them did not follow engineering. So it's your life, you have to take a decision. You wanted to ask something? Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah.
This is me, Dhara from Infant School, Patna. And my question is that how will our police officer handle the case if we kill someone for our self-defense from our licensed gun, or it is snatched from the criminal itself, or either from bricks or etc.
So you get, there's a right to self-defense. It's very clearly incorporated in the laws of the country. And of course there will be an investigation. If it is proven that you or any person has killed another person in self-defense, then it's okay. But that doesn't mean that you keep carrying a gun with you. Just ensure maximum restraint.
Good morning, sir. I'm Harshita Arun from Samvad High School. It's my pleasure to be here to listen your motivational speech. Sir, I have a question that when a person faces many failure and difficulties during his lifetime, during his academic session, then what should they do? They should carry on with their difficulties, or they should just leave that instantly in order to save your time?
See, I know again it will sound very philosophical, but I do not take anything as a failure. These are all learning experiences. When I was in school till class 10, I was disastrous in maths. I was very bad in maths. So during our times, board exams were given a lot of weightage. Generally, I don't know for what reason, but they were given a lot of weightage. So I knew that I always used to do very well in history, geography, get very good marks, but in maths I used to get very bad marks. So during my summer vacation, I started studying maths on my own. Numbers used to be very, very difficult for me initially, grasping the concepts of algebra, trigonometry. But then when I started studying maths, I realized it was so much of fun. And I understood the concepts of maths. So then I appeared for IIT, got through purely on the basis of maths because I was really good in maths. Then in IIT again, when I saw the book, it was actually, it all looked Greek to me, you know, all those lambdas, deltas. I certainly lost confidence in myself and I failed in maths. I got an E grade in maths in IIT Delhi. So I had to repeat that course. And you'll be surprised, I took the same maths for UPSC. And this time again I believed in myself, started studying that maths. And I was one of the toppers in maths in the country. And that's why I'm sitting in front of in this uniform. So this just shows that all these so-called failures are in the mind only. It's not necessarily that you'll be a genius, that I can solve equations like Einstein. But even then, if you actually apply yourself and believe in yourself, have confidence, then you'll definitely surmount a lot of things. So in my school, there was a swimming pool. It was a luxury for those days in Jaipur. And all my classmates used to swim in the pool, but I used to be the one who always chickened out. The moment I used to see the water, I used to feel so scared. And my friends used to make fun of me. So one day I jumped into the water that, okay, if I drown, I'll drown, but let me try. And surprisingly, you know, the principles of Archimedes started functioning well and I survived the fall in the pool. I did not drown. Then I realized that I can swim. So whenever you have any self-doubts, you have a difficult time in life, just think that, can you do it? Say I love playing tennis. But if somebody asks me, can you play at the level of Roger Federer, can you be Indian number? No, I can't be. I don't have that talent. But if you know that you can do a certain thing, but you have failed a few times, but then keep believing in yourself. Follow your passion. Because, see, for every Vaibhav Suryavanshi is a 15-year-old cricketer who's rose to the limelight, there are people who come to the Indian cricket team at the age of 30s also. People like Xavier Yadav, Karun Nair. So ultimately it's their passion that they followed. So you have to follow your passion. There will be a number of setbacks. Everybody can't be very lucky like Sachin Tendulkar, very talented that you at the age of 16 you're in the Indian cricket team. But if you're passionate about something, you desire something very strongly, sooner or later you'll get success in that. That is my take on life. So you're only seeing the so-called success stories, you know, the web series, the books, the IPS, the IIT. But I have stumbled so many times and still I'm facing a lot of difficulties in my life. But I believe in myself and you have to keep going. What you love, what you want to do. So the good part about me is that I'm mentally very resilient. It was not that I was always like that. I've developed this quality in myself. And then I stopped looking for validation from people. I'm not answerable to anybody. It's my life, so I choose what I do. And if I'm sincere, I'm hardworking, I know that sooner or later, my time will come.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Students from the front row may also ask questions.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
After this girl has been waiting for a while. First you are this.
Good morning, sir. I am Alina Jamal from Law Academy, and it is really an honor for me to have this conversation with you. So my question is, how did you become a polymath? And by polymath, I mean that you are an IITian, an IPS officer, and an author who wrote several books which have become best-selling. So my question is simple and direct. How did you do all of this together?
See, it's not very difficult. I'm not trying to say that I'm a genius, I'm very talented, but as I said earlier, you know what did Edison say? Genius is 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration. So if you work hard and you try to do anything within your with the best of your abilities, I'm sure that you can succeed in a lot of spheres. So apart from this, I'm a very keen sports person, and at my level I play very well. I play in the national level for tennis tournaments. I reached the semi-finals. So it's not that I was always a top tennis player, but I kept playing, kept improving my game. So it's something like that, you know, I read about Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was at the peak of his stardom, that he had to address the United Nations General Assembly. And he wrote a speech and he prepared and practiced it 39 times. Somebody is a superstar who could have spoken anything, but he practiced it. So practice makes you perfect, and then keep doing things, you know, which inspire you, which motivate you, which make you happy. So all these things, they make me happy, except for probably studying in IIT, though I had a great time in IIT. 4 years I did not study, but I enjoyed otherwise. So I'm writing a book on IIT also nowadays, and I'm sure you will all get a lot of inspiration from that book. And then I said, as I said earlier about my experiences as a bad student, fail, pass, fail, topper, fail. So it's all in your mind. And long time back when I was in IIT, I had a very poor sense of discipline. I used to go to sleep at 4 in the morning, wake up at 11:30, totally aimless, rudderless life, no sense of direction. And then I started preparing for the UPSC. I was a totally different person. Absolutely disciplined, no television, nothing, no distractions. And I'm so thankful there were no mobile phones during that time. Otherwise, it would have been a difficult time for me. And then I read somewhere a long time back that a busy man has time for everything. So in my 24 hours today, I do everything. I play, I write, I read, I'm a voracious reader. I watch movies, all the movies you name them, and I've seen them in the hall as well as on television. I do my work very diligently, and you can manage everything. It's not very difficult. It's not very difficult.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, sir. I am Markata.
Excuse me, there's a girl in front
Just
standing
wait
here.
1 second, then I'll answer your question.
Good morning, sir. I'm Angel from Notre Dame Academy. As you have written so many amazing books and inspired so many
You know, both my children have studied in Notre Dame for some time. It's such a wonderful school, fantastic school.
You write so many things that inspire other people. What authors inspired you to be great in literature and write so good?
I really love reading. I have a very eclectic sense of books. And if you come to my house, there's a separate room wherever I get transferred. There are thousands of books get packed in my suitcases, my boxes. And I have a lovely library. You should come to my house someday. But I love reading all kinds of genres, and my favorite author definitely is Frederick Forsyth. I love his Day of the Jackal. I finished it in one night, and I love reading P.G. Wodehouse, everything, you know. So many kinds of books, all kinds of books, fiction, non-fiction, Yuval Noah Harari. I keep reading. All my rooms in my house have at least 7-8 books lying around. So whenever I'm bored with something, I'll keep reading. And even while watching television, I'll keep reading.
Good morning, sir. I am Markata Yashashvi, student of Standard 11 from DAV Gola Road. So my question to you is, students like me who want to get into administration are papers and we are told to be and become the best amongst the all. Is it really necessary to start preparing from now and get very much brilliant?
You're on mobile phones and reading so much of nonsense and watching reels, I would suggest that we read books and read newspapers and have an analytical mind. If you want to appear for the UPSC, of course you need to be well read, you have to have a very good knowledge, of course. But even otherwise, and I'm sure all of you must be reading, you're all going to such wonderful schools, you're already privileged, lucky to have access to such good quality of education, great faculty, great teachers. So I think you must inculcate this habit of reading. It will always help you later on also. It will help you develop a personality, you know.
Also, the pressure is more on the student of mathematics. I have also chosen PCM in standard.
Pressure for what?
Sir, like we are told that mathematics is different field and UPSC is different, and now there is a huge gap. Like you said, you were in IIT and you had no interest in engineering, and now you suddenly started preparing from UPSC and started studying politics and social science. So that gap was really huge. So how did
for
you...
me, there was no gap because I was always very good in arts, with the arts. You know, history, geography was always very good. I had a very natural knack of understanding all those subjects. It was the other way around. In maths and physics, though I was good, but I used to have moments of self-doubt, you know. So for me, it was not very difficult preparing for the UPSC. Maybe it was very natural for me. But for any other person, as I said, if you want to appear for the UPSC, please do not do it for the wealth and power that comes associated with it, not for the glamour. But if you actually want to serve the society, and it's not that other people cannot serve the society in today's world, whether you are a YouTube influencer, whether you're an AI engineer, you can do so much for the world, the society in general. But once you clear the civil services, you directly at the helm of affairs, you actually get an authority from the government to do so much for the society. So if that is your aim, that I want to actually transform our country, our state, our city, and I can make a very, very meaningful contribution to the society, then UPSC is the thing for you. But otherwise, in today's world, there's so many options, so it's all up to you. But do not take any pressure, whether in PCM or any other place. You know, it's not difficult. Once you are appearing for the UPSC, you will understand that it's not only physics and maths. There, you have to have an all-encompassing knowledge of practically everything. Whatever is happening in the Middle East, whatever is happening in the national hotbeds of India, the economy, the politics, so many things you have to be well abreast of. So it's not only about maths.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
We will take only 2 more questions.
No, it's what is the time limit, you tell me? 15 minutes more I can, 15, 20 minutes, 20 minutes more.
Hello, sir.
Because students have, just a second, students have come from so many schools in this heat, let them ask me questions. It's okay.
Jan sir, myself Vikas Kumar Singh from New Era Public School. सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है, जैसा मूवीज और वेब सीरीज में दिखाया जाता है, क्या आप वैसा प्रोग्राम फेस किए हैं?
तो मेरी वेब सीरीज की बात करें, बाकी वेब सीरीज की बात?
नहीं सर, जो मतलब कि ऐसे कॉमन मूवीज में दिखाया जाता है कि कैसे कोई पुलिस ऑफिसर मतलब क्रिमिनल के साथ कैसे उसका वो बॉन्ड रहता है सर, क्या आप सेम फेस किए हैं अपने जर्नी में जब आप बिहार आए?
बेटा मेरा जो तुमने फेस किया तो तुमने उस सीरीज में देखा है, तो ऑलमोस्ट वैसा ही था मेरा, तो 99% जो उसमें उन्होंने देखा है।
सर एक क्वेश्चन और है सर, जब आप हैदराबाद से डायरेक्ट बिहार पोस्टिंग हुआ सर, तो पहले आपके मन में बिहार के प्रति क्या था, अब आने के बाद आपको क्या लगा सर?
मेरे मन में सच में कुछ नहीं था, बिकॉज आई वाज सो एक्साइटेड कि मेरा IPS में सिलेक्शन हो गया है, नई नौकरी थी, न्यूली मैरिड था, तो आई वाज एक्साइटेड अबाउट द फ्यूचर ऑफ माय लाइफ। मुझे बिहार के आने कोई भी आइडिया नहीं था, बिकॉज मेरा कोई रिलेटिव, कोई दोस्त नहीं था। मैं तो जयपुर से, राजस्थान से हूँ, हज़ारों किलोमीटर दूर से हूँ, और मेरा एक्सपीरियंस वाकई में बहुत अच्छा रहा, क्योंकि खासकर जो तुम्हारे पेरेंट्स के जनरेशन, जो मेरे एज ग्रुप के लोग हैं, उस वक्त और अभी भी बिहार में कोई आदमी अच्छा काम करता है, किसी भी सर्विस का हो, उसको लोग बहुत प्यार देते हैं, बहुत इज्जत देते हैं। तो मैं जबकि यहाँ बिल्कुल अनजाना था, लेकिन मुझे यहाँ के लोगों ने बहुत प्यार दिया, चाहे मेरे सर्विस के लोग हों, चाहे पब्लिक हो, और आज भी वो लोग सब उतने ही टच में जितना 25 साल पहले थे। तो मेरा एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अच्छा है।
ओके, थैंक यू सर।
Good morning, sir. I wanted to ask that sometimes number of crimes increases a lot, and there must be a pressure on you to solve them as soon as possible. So, what do you do to handle that pressure or to calm down yourself?
See, as I said, this is a choice I've made to become an IPS officer. अगर मैं ही टेंशन में आ जाऊँगा, तो नीचे मेरे सबऑर्डिनेट कैसे काम करेंगे? So always remain cool, very, very cool, and I developed this quality over a period of time. It's not that the very first I was very cool. The kind of job I'm in, it's very stressful, very high stakes, very, challenging. But then I used to enjoy it, and I always used to believe that अगर कोई problem है, इसका solution मैं ढूंढ ही लूँगा. And I'm supposed to find that solution. That's why I'm posted to that aspect. So I always, even if there's a very challenging situation, I always feel very cool, confident about it, because your confidence rubs onto your subordinates also. So that is it. You have to be very, very cool. You have to appear to be very cool also. Even if you're not cool, you're stressed, you have to appear to be very cool and in calm and in control of your faculties.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Sir, I am representing Scholars Abroad and the Faculty of Computer Science teacher. And sir, my question is a simple, basic question, sir, out of the profession. Like, sometimes there are situations when you feel like stressed, tense. Do you think like these were the times when the college days, like the tryst event of ideally, you want to visit back to those days? Like me myself as a graduate from IT routine, I myself feel that like I should go back to my college days. So what's your thoughts, sir?
No, I don't live in the past. I look forward to the future. I never think about that.
Good morning, sir. This is me, Amit Lodha from Millennium World School, Patna. And my question to you is that, have you ever been into a situation where you have to choose between your personal life and your professional life? And if yes, you have chosen one from them, then how hard was it for you?
I don't know, see, I never thought about it, but my wife still complains because I was not present for the delivery of both my children. She still complains. Even yesterday she complained to me that, you were not present during that time. But I had no option, One time there was a severe law situation in Patna. I was ASP Patna city when my first child was born. And second time there was an election in Kaimur. So both those times I couldn't be with my wife. So I will say, and I missed a number of weddings of my relatives, my cousins, I could not attend that. But I'll be very honest with you, I never regretted any of these things. Because I tell my wife that, okay, I'm so sorry I was not with you, but अच्छे से सब हो गया, you are with me and all that, Call it a very childish response to her complaints, but I have no problems, I wish I could have been with her, but I was here and it's all right. She also understood. She married an IPS officer, she was the daughter of an IPS officer. My children also know that there will be many times when I will not be with them. My daughter had a surgery yesterday. I went to the hospital, then I went to office, then I came back. So these things happen. Mike, it's really not working. I couldn't hear anything. I'm so sorry.
You can come forward and ask the question, please.
Give him another mic if you have.
I always think of beautiful school, and I have a question. What qualities make you a good police officer and a student, and the qualities in early life?
What qualities? See, I firmly believe that you have to be a good human being. To be, whether a good police officer, a good doctor, whatever. You can be a successful police officer, you can have very good postings, you can become DGP, but that does not necessarily make you a good police officer. For being a good police officer, you need to be a good human being. And I constantly try to evolve as a good human being. Every day I try to improve as a human being. I am not perfect, but I do my best to evolve. So that is what you should do. There was no inspiration, it just things happened, and I'm a voracious reader. I, took inspiration from so many writers, particularly Frederick Fawcett, how to write an engaging book. But otherwise, no inspiration as such. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. I am Arav Singh of Scholars Support School, and today I'd like to ask you that in the work life, you have faced many situations in which you are very pressured by your peers, by your colleagues, and in your personal life too. And as you have talked about your IT experience in which you fell into this inspiration, we students also feel the same way sometimes. So what did you do at that time when you felt at your lowest point?
See, it's always darkest before dawn. So at my lowest point after IT, I was unemployed, sitting at home, preparing for the UPSC. So you can well imagine all my friends there either joined the IIMs or had gone abroad to pursue higher studies. And I was one of the few people sitting at home even after graduating from IIT. But I never felt any remorse, any feeling of depression. While I was in IIT, I used to feel very depressed, as I said. But once I came back home, I knew that UPSC is my calling, I have to prepare for it. And I knew that I could get through it. So you have to have that confidence about yourself. If you do not have confidence in achieving that aim, then how will you do it? Think of it, if Virat Kohli comes to play cricket, within 5-6 minutes we can make out whether he'll play good today or he'll play bad. Because you can see the body language, the confidence, the way he's holding the bat, how nervous he is. So he has to only believe in himself. When he was going through a lean patch in England, he practiced, he came back, he learned his cover drive, so many things. So you have to just believe in yourself. There will be times when you will have very, little support in your life. But as I said earlier, all the battles, they start within your mind. So you have to conquer your demons, your fears yourself. Nobody else. No motivation coach, no speech, no guru can help you. Just believe in yourself, that's it. And keep hanging around. Thank you, sir.
We'll be taking only 3 more questions. We're short of time.
Good morning, sir. I am Sukriti from Bihar Diaries. So you cracked JEE, one of the toughest exams, and even graduated from IIT Delhi. How did your family react when you conveyed your thoughts about being an ITS? And what were their thoughts on your posting in rural area of Bihar?
My family was always very cool. When I appeared for the IIT JEE, my parents went, even they said, okay, it's your decision. When I was preparing for the UPSC, again they were cool about it. When I got Bihar card, again they were the coolest. So that we have been very lucky that they have always been very, very cool. So, and I'm the same with my children, it's their life, their decisions, I'm just there to support. We don't react much to these things. So they were of course very happy with my successes, all the successes, but otherwise very, very cool about it.
Satyam Jha, Scholars Sport School, I want to ask you that what strength a person should develop as an UPSC aspirant, which you yourself have developed, something new that we students should know to become a IAS or IPS officer?
See, strength, as I said, it sounds very cliche, but to keep repeating, you have to believe in yourself, number one. Number two, I did very systematic hard work. I'm using the word systematic with hard work. A lot of times in India, people think that if we study for 16 hours, 17 hours a day, we are doing a great thing. That's not the way. Even during my IIT JEE preparations, I used to study for 6-7 hours a day. And for UPSC also, I used to study for 7-8 hours, but then I used to go for a swim every day. I had a very balanced life. So studies, sports, relaxation, and it's just systematic hard work, nothing else. You believe in yourself and study smartly.
Thank you, sir.
One last question from the audience.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. My name is Ajay Kumar. I am from class 12 in Bihar Secondary School. It's really an honor to have you today, sir. On behalf of my class, I feel gratitude. Many people don't ask this, but I will ask that there are certain limits of a human. What was your limit?
Limit for?
Limit like the work that you do.
So just a second. You have a time limit for this or what exactly? I can continue if they want to ask, let them ask questions. There are so many students who have come from so far. From my side, it's okay. It's a Saturday, it's a holiday for me.
That's nice, sir.
So what was the question? Limit for?
The work that you do.
There's no limit. Why do you want to define limits for anything? And I keep repeating, the human mind has great capabilities. We hardly use our brains or our capabilities. We use it for very limited amount. So if you believe in yourself, she said that I'm a polymath. If in school somebody had told me that I would be doing so many things later on in my life, I would have taken it as a joke. So whatever you desire, whatever you put your mind at, ultimately you can do so many things.
So what do you think? How can a human post himself?
Post?
How can a normal person post himself to a normal extent?
I'm not able to understand the question, I'm so sorry.
एक आदमी क्या करते हैं सर कैसे अपने सारे क्षमताओं को और ज़्यादा प्रेरित कर सकता है?
मेरी क्षमताएं तो सब में अपार होती हैं और हम लोग खुद ही उसको नहीं सोचते ना। तुमको पता है स्विमिंग पूल में जब तक कूदेंगे नहीं तब तक कैसे पता चलेगा कि स्विमिंग हम कर सकते हैं। तो बहुत सी चीज़ें हैं जो हम लोग कर सकते हैं जो हम कोशिश ही नहीं करते, सोचते कि हमसे नहीं होगी या अपने लेवल पे तो हम लोग कर ही सकते हैं। But you tell me there's a time limit, you have to close this by 11:30 or what? कुछ है? 10 minutes, last 10 minutes, it's 11:12, 11:15. ठीक है, तो उसके बाद क्या after this session what else is there? Okay. 10 minutes more, ठीक है, 10 minutes more.
Sir, good morning, sir. This is Akansha from BD Public School. Sir.
Wait a second, Akansha. There are so many questions being asked. After the 10 minutes, if the principals or faculty of the remaining schools are here, you can ask me to invite them, meet with their schools later on. I'll come there. Chalo, Akansha, पूछो तुम क्या पूछना है?
So, I have to ask, did you ever thought to quit when you were preparing for UPSC?
No, never.
I miss or if there were any distractions, did you face?
नहीं distractions तो बहुत सारे थे जब आईटी तो पता है टीवी देखता था सोने का कोई टाइम नहीं था सारे उल्टे पुल्टे काम तो जो मैं नहीं बताता था तो मैं टीचर्स के सामने लेकिन जब यूपीएससी की तैयारी कर रहा था तो बिल्कुल ही डिफरेंट हो गया था मैं टोटली डिफरेंट एब्सोल्युटली मोटिवेटेड पहले जब मैं आईआईटी में तो दिन भर अपनी हेयर स्टाइल सेट करता था कार के सामने आधा घंटा देखता था कितना कैसा लग रहा हूँ क्या लग रहा हूँ when I was preparing for the UPSC I've shaved off my hair he helped with the hair and all that so इतना फोकस चाहिए यूपीएससी के लिए
So like I also want to be I also want to crack UPSC and I'm so confused that what should I do? I'm a very confused person. I don't know what I have to do. I'm so just confused.
Don't worry, you will find the solution yourself. A lot of people at your age are confused. Don't worry. It is very common. Even my daughter went through a similar phase. And she used to ask me, what should I do? Ultimately, you will find your calling. Don't worry. You're too young to get worried about these things right now. Enjoy your school.
No, like my parents say that you have to do IIT, but I don't have any interest in this.
So don't do it if you don't have any interest in IT. Don't do it because anyway you will not be able to crack it if you do not have interest in it. As simple as that. Don't waste your time and energy on that. Tell your parents about your interest, what inspires you, what drives you.
They want to that I first to clear IIT. Have to prepare for UPSC. But I
See, I said parents, your parents are your well-wishers. It's no doubt about it. But if you do not want to appear for IIT, then why do you want to do it? You have to live your own life ultimately. My father was a doctor. I did not become a doctor because I never imagined myself, being a surgeon or a doctor. I couldn't do it. So do things which make you happy. It's your life ultimately. And if you are happy, your parents will be happy. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Rohini Srivastava from Kamal High School. First of all, I would like to thank you for investing some time from your busy schedule for us. And currently, I'm studying in 12th standard and I'm preparing for my CUET exam. And a major point of confusion that me and most of the students might be facing is about time management and how to allocate our resources. So, in my opinion, you being an IITian and civil servant and also a prolific writer is the one who knows better about how to manage the time. So, would you give an advice?
It's very easy. First of all, find out what are the distractions. And I'm sure mobile and internet is one of the biggest distractions. Get rid of that first. Then prioritize that which subjects you are weak at. So study them first. And then work on your strengths. It's not very difficult, doesn't require any rocket science. Just get rid of distractions. So then what is the problem? See, if you do not have any distraction, then there's sufficient time apart from your school. Anyway, most of the CUET syllabus must be coming from your academics only. My daughter also appeared for CUET. It's different for you. Then you have to work a little harder than the rest of the people. But still, it is a very manageable exam. I've seen CUET. It's not very difficult. See the past papers. That's it.
Hello, sir.
Good morning, sir. Myself, Panchika Basi. I wanted to ask that, me being a student, more general question, that what was the thing that made you feel so much, that keep you motivated actually? That you talk about so much ups and downs in your life, about math and everything. In our life also, when we fail or anything happens, it's very difficult for us to stay motivated. So what was in your life that
You tell me what other choice do I have? It's not only about failing in maths. I've faced so many problems. Even right now I'm facing so many problems. You Google about me, you'll see so many things about me. But then what other choice do I have? A lot of times my office staff tells me, my father tells me, you're so brave, you're facing so many problems in your life. Then I just laugh at it, because I have to face, who else will face it? It's my life. And then I have full confidence in myself. I have hope that tomorrow will be better. All of us, why do we live? Because we hope for a better future tomorrow. So what motivates me? Nothing. Then I've got one life. So till the time I'm on this planet, I'll do my best, live a good life. And as I said earlier, all of us sitting in this room are very privileged people. There are so many people who do not have access to any education, any roof at, shelter for their homes. We are all lucky. So make the best of it and never compare your life with somebody else. At times, my own wife tells me, you know, उसका तो सब ठीक हो गया, अपनी ये प्रॉब्लम चल रही है. Then I ask her, उसकी बाकी प्रॉब्लम क्या है, तुमको पता है उसके बारे में? Then she becomes quiet. So all of us will go through our ups and downs. It is inevitable. Whether you're the president of some country, anything can happen. So just believe in yourself, keep hanging. That's what I've been constantly talking about the last 1 hour. Believe in yourself and keep trying. There's no other formula. And you have to fight your own battles. Nobody else will come into it, whether it's for CUET, UPSC, anything else. You have to do it yourself.
Good morning, sir.
Let him ask this time.
Good morning, sir. My name is Ajay Kumar. I am currently in the standard 12 of ASPC. I really admire your journey and wanted to ask how I should start early and build the right foundation for the UPSC.
How I should start preparing for the UPSC?
Early.
Early, you read the newspapers and pay attention to your academics while you're in school. That's it.
And the next question is how to be a Google like you.
How to be a?
Google like you, because you are answering all the questions.
It's nothing, I'm speaking from my heart. I'm not using artificial intelligence.
Okay, sir. How realistic is what we saw in Khakee, the Bihar Chapter?
It is 95% real. In fact, they have played down a lot of things which they could not have shown in the series. But real life was darker and more difficult than what they showed. Even the house which they showed in Khakee, I really wish the house was that good. It was not a good house.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, I am Samvad from DAV Patna. Sir, first of all, being an IPS officer by itself is a very fact that you have cracked one of the toughest exams of India, and it's really a privilege to be here in front of you. Sir, taking back to your preparation days, my question to you is, it is often said that humanities stream is considered to be the base of UPSC. But I want to know that what were the major challenges you faced during your preparation days for being an IIT graduate?
No, as I said earlier, I had a great knack for humanities. I was very good with arts and art subjects, geography, history, polity. There are no challenges, you know, if you want to appear for such exam, you know you can crack it, then just study, prepare for it, that's it.
So in your job, you must have come across people, rather criminals, who were dangerous, stubborn. So how did you tackle with them, especially when you are living with your family?
Family, obviously they were used to it. They were living with me, and this is my job, you know, dealing with criminals, tackling them. There were times when my children used to come to my residential office when I was interrogating some criminals. So I used to send them back and go back to your bedroom. So you want to play with me. These things happened, but otherwise, you know, it was something which was very organic. I love being an IPS, as I'm telling you so many times. So it was nothing that, you know, oh, I'm dealing with criminals. This was my job. And I also always believe that I'm smarter than them, then I can easily unearth their criminal activities, arrest them. So it was a challenge, very interesting challenge, and my team was pretty motivated because for them, if the leader is cool, confident, so they will also rise to the occasion. So my team was always very good. I always had a very good set of people around me. Limited number of people, but very good set of people. Last question. One last question.
Hello sir, I am Samvad from Samvad High School. I want to ask you, what is the best advice for a student who feels like a failure?
As I said earlier, Samiksha, there's nothing called failure. These are just stepping stones. These are experiences. You learn from your experiences that what wrong did you do earlier, and you try to rectify those mistakes, and just keep believing in yourself, keep following your passion. And I've never seen hard work going waste. And I've also read somewhere the harder you work, the luckier you get. So just work hard. But again, I will use the word smart hard work. Don't be foolish that, you know, I work for 16, 17 hours a day and still success is eluding me. Just be systematic about your work. Very systematic, very smart about it.
Thank you sir.
Thank you students, thank you sir. We're short of time, so really sorry. You must be having a lot of questions. So moving forward, that was really a very inspirational session. Now I would like to invite the following students who will be representing their respective schools to kindly come on stage to receive a copy of Life in the Uniform from our esteemed resource person, Mr. Amit Lodha. The following students are Pariti Sinha, Achintya Sinha from International School, Patna. Kindly come on the stage, students. Vikas Kumar Singh from New Era Public School. Megha Anand from Loyola High School. Arnav Sinha from Scholars Abroad School. Rachel Augustine from Emmanuel Mission Public School. Tripti Mishra from Hartman Girls School. Chahat Raj from DAV Public School. Riddhi Mishra from BD Public School. And I request the students to kindly remain on the stage as we'll be having a group photograph in the lab. We have Riddhi Mishra from BD Public School. Sagrika Sargam from Dr. D. Ram DAV Public School. Ankush Kumar from St. Albert High School. Aditya Raj from Gyan Niketan School. Ridhima Kumari from Infant Jesus School, Patna. Abhinav Adarsh from Hill. Nilesh Ravi from Open Mind School. Akshita Sanvi from Trinity Global School. Angela John Gilbert from St. Joseph High School. Varishna Jha from Notre Dame. Arpita from Patna Central School. Agriya Singh from St. Joseph Convent School. Prerna Priyadarshini from Carmel High School. Avantika Kumari from Gyan Niketan Girls School. Avantika from Jesus and Mary. Uttam Raj from Holy Cross International School. Anamika Jha from St. Karen's High School. Arnav Kumar from St. Xavier's High School. Christopher Augustine from St. Michael's High School. And Tanya Kumari from Leeds Asian School.
These books are for your school library, right? If anyone is interested to buy this book, we can deliver a book to you, to your school. That book costs 250 rupees. I know many of you people wanted to have a photograph with sir, but you know, practically this is not possible. All together, say, foreign students are there. If somebody wanted to, after this session, if somebody wanted to have a selfie with sir, you can come.
It was a pleasure to have such an interactive session with a very honorable, brave and respected IPS officer, Mr. Amit Lodha. So the session was actually very informative, that how the life of an IS officer is way different and difficult, and all the experience the reality an IS officer faces in his mission. It was very thrilling to know the reality, which is way different than what it is depicted in web series and films. So thank you, sir, for this amazing and interactive session. Anybody else wants to share their experience?
This is your session.
आज हमने इस सेशन से सीखा कि अगर हम अपनी जगह को छोड़कर कहीं दूसरी जगह पर जाते हैं तो हमें उससे घबराना नहीं चाहिए, या कोई भी लैंग्वेज बैरियर हो या वहाँ का जो भी कल्चरल पार्ट हो, हमें वहाँ के लोगों के साथ इंटरेक्ट करना चाहिए और उस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना चाहिए। धन्यवाद।
I want to thank Ajay ji, the entire management of St. Xavier's College, all the students present here, your teachers, your faculty, for giving this opportunity to me to interact with all of you. As I said at the beginning of my session that I love interacting with youngsters because it also keeps me young at heart. There were so many questions which were wonderful, very thought-provoking. They made me think also, took me back down the memory lane. And there were so many students who wanted to ask me questions. All I can say is that you can invite me to your school. I would love to come and interact with you whenever I get the time and my schedule permits me. And be good to yourself, be kind to yourself. Do not have unnecessary expectations from yourself. Do not seek validation from people around you. Do not look for likes on Facebook and Instagram. Just be who you are. Follow your dreams. I'm sure a lot of people are sitting here are taking inspiration from me, but I kept repeating, I have done everything according to my wishes in my life. Nobody forced me anything, whether going to IIT, IPS, writing a book. So those so-called parameters have not made me successful, they have made me happy. So there's a big difference between being successful and happy. If you're happy, you'll automatically be successful. India, the future belongs to India. During our times, the opportunities are very limited. During your times, the opportunities are huge, they are humongous. And please make the best use out of it. And do not take any stress unnecessarily. Even if you get the best possible job, have a wonderful married life, even then you will have your share of ups and downs. So just keep living life and just believing in yourself. Thank you so much.
So can we have a group photograph, please? As we move towards the end of the program, I would like to invite Harshit Sinha from Bihar Convex 1 to deliver the vote of thanks.
Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, faculty members, and dear students, it is my proud privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this wonderful occasion at Xavier University, Patna. First and foremost, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to our guest, Amit Lodha, for gracing a Xavier Light Fest with his presence. Your inspiring words and valuable insight have truly motivated and enlightened all of us. I extend my sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Father Dr. Martin Porras S.J. for his constant guidance, encouragement and visionary leadership that made this event possible. I would also like to thank our respected Registrar, Father Dr. Sherry George S.J. for his unwavering support and coordination through the organization of this event. A special note of appreciation goes to all the students from various schools who joined us today. Your enthusiastic participation and presence truly added vibrancy and energy to this Xavier Lit Fest. I would also like to extend our sincere thanks to Ajay Kumar, Director of Social Outreach Program and Nodal Officer, NSS Patna, for his support and contribution to the success of this event. My heartfelt appreciation goes to our anchor of the day, Aditi Singh, for flawlessly managing the proceedings and keeping the audience encouraged throughout. Lastly, I would like to thank everyone who worked behind the scenes, organizers, volunteers and staff whose efforts made this event a grand success. With this, I conclude my vote of thanks. Thank you all once again for being a part of this memorable event. Jai Xavier, Jai Bharat.